Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Bloody Friday, October 10th. Hope you're doing well. We're going to get started here in about half a minute or so. We'll give it a little bit longer for people to join us. And we'll get started with this absolute crap show of a day. It's been a crazy couple of days, honestly. After yesterday, we had absolute market euphoria. And if you've been following this channel for a while now, we cover Tilray predominantly. We cover the whole MJ sector. Yesterday was a great day. And then today, everything weighed down by absolute nonsense and market manipulation. So we're going to get started here. We'll give it another half a minute or so. I see we have quite a few people joining, so welcome. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And welcome to the live stream. We'll get started here in about half a minute or so. You got Mankey in the house, crazy, absolutely. Probably the craziest day that I've ever seen in markets ever, and that's saying something. I lived through C19. I lived through pretty much every major financial crisis that there is to see, right? Since the 90s. I was born in 90, and this was the most messed up day. Doesn't look like it because, at first glance, it's like, oh, well, the S&P 500 was at, almost 700 and we're still above 600. What's the big deal, right? But it's all about perspective. And today was one of those days where, a lot of people got their absolute, pants just ripped off them, right? As Warren Buffett says, when the tide goes out, you find out who was swimming naked. And today there was a lot of nudity. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but we'll get through it. All right, let's get things kicked off, folks. It is Friday, as I mentioned, October 10th. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth. We're going to get started. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. We obviously had a huge crash today, not just in regular stocks, but crypto, MJ, every sector. Aside from precious metals, we didn't really see much of a down day today in gold. And maybe that's even a little bit of a clue that we've been seeing this market crash coming. And we had tons of Powell algo alerts go off, sell alerts on crypto. But I wanted to come on and just get a kind of feel for the room. And if anybody has any requests or any questions, it's kind of what I'm reserving this live stream for. Yeah, it's a Friday night. Just put my daughter to bed. She's coming up on 2 years old now. Excuse me, and rather just, sitting there and watching baseball, I said, well, maybe I'll come on and do a live stream, right? And I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at my YouTube feed, and not a goddamn person's coming on here and talking about this, right? And a lot of it is because they probably need a break. After today, you probably need a break. And, I'm human. I needed a break as well, but I went and took about an hour and a half. And then I came back and I'm ready to go again. And I've never been more motivated than after a day like today, where it's just absolute pieces of crap who run this world, right? The elites, the regulators, the people in the powers that be, they're nothing but greedy SOBs. And today is an example of that. Today's an example of how they do not care about you and I. They do not care about the little gal, the little guy. All they care about is themselves, right? These Wall Street banks, these institutions, these venture capitalists, they're all about themselves. And, we're an MJ-centric channel as well. And why the hell do you think that MJ hasn't been legalized in the U.S. yet? Well, it must be because of the science not showing it. Oh, it must be because of common sense. And it must be because the U.S. citizens don't want it, right? Like all the things that we would think that it would be because of. No, it's because the goddamn administration, whatever administration, I don't care if you're left, right, center, blue, purple, pink, red, whatever it is, for the last decades and decades and decades, centuries, they do not want it to happen. So it's not about your political divide and, all this bullshit that they misconstrue. It's all about their political agenda. It's all about what they want, when they want it, and how they want it. And they do not want it right now, right? I used to work for a pharmaceutical company. Like I said, multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical company. They were involved in the opioid crisis. They were fined billions of dollars. And then all of a sudden, they loved CBD, cannabidiol, right? They loved it. They absolutely loved it. Oh, now that we're fined billions of dollars and the opioids is no longer easy money, we're into CBD now, right? But yet, the U.S. government doesn't recognize it as having medical value when 40 friggin' states are legalized for medical purposes. You literally can't make this stuff up. It's like if you took like a dog or a cat and blindfolded them and like made them deaf and like stripped them of their brain and then put that cat or dog into the political system to make like rules and craft legislation and laws, I bet you that goddamn cat and dog would do better than these idiots that we have running the world today. And it's not because they're idiots. It's because there's an agenda, right? There's no way in hell. We have the smartest people in the world, right? We have the biggest economy in the world in the U.S. We have the biggest GDP. You have the biggest capital markets in the world. And you're telling me these people are idiots? No, they're not idiots. They're doing what they were set forth to do, which was to delay this industry just like they did with every other industry known to man. Okay? So, yeah. It's gonna get spicy. I'm gonna lay it all on the line. If anybody has any questions, if anybody has any requests, please let me know. But this is not the stream for the faint of heart. This is not the stream for those that love politics. I hate all of it. I hate left, right, center, blue, red, purple, green, whatever you are. I hate you all. If you're a politician, I hate you because you're all terrible people. Absolute terrible people. Not one, and there's so many YouTubers. There's so many YouTubers these days that don't. How many times have we seen YouTubers come out of the woodworks as soon as prices start to go up? Right? It's because they don't give a damn about anybody else but themselves. Okay? What is wrong with the world today? No one really knows. I don't even think they know that there's anything wrong with them. But the fact that you only come out and make videos when things are going up, shame on you. Shame on you. And to all these government officials who know that they're manipulating the market, karma's a bitch. And guess what? You're all going to die, and we're all going to die. And you're going to be you're going to have a rude awakening, okay? You want to screw over the people, right, that you're sought to protect? You want to be a YouTuber who's just a complete piece of shit and do everything that only benefits you? Guess what? Karma's coming your way, and it's coming in a hurry, folks. So, regardless of all of this market manipulation and just complete carnage, you will go to 100 different channels, right? You'll go to channels that say, I told you so, I was right, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about that. I don't want to be right. I don't care about being the guru of the YouTube world, right? What I want is to help people and understand where we are versus where we're going and what we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with is a corrupt system that's never going to change unless people go to jail, which, not holding my breath there. It's a very difficult pill to swallow, is what I'll say, because I have no words after a day like today. This is the biggest liquidation event in history. I've been on X. I'm not even going to go through my regular spiel because I just don't care right now. Watch them approve market structure. Watch them approve all these altcoin ETFs. Chad Steingraber, I think his name is pronounced. Grayscale XRP Trust will convert to public ETF. Everything followed today at market close. Everything crashed today at market close, folks. This is the big institutions, their final dip that they can get loaded on before fireworks begin. Watch a Guru says less than 2 weeks ago, Jim Cramer said to buy crypto. Today, the crypto market had one of the biggest crashes in history. It was the biggest liquidation event ever, folks. Ever. And we're in October. I thought we were only supposed to go up in October. This goes to show you how manipulated and just rigged this market is. And how many people said Uphold is the best exchange? It's always up, right? It's not just BTCC. It's not just Coinbase. It's not just Robinhood, all of which had issues, by the way. Uphold today said, and we're back. Thanks for your patience. I just posted a video not too long ago. This video right here, I said the system is rigged, and today we got more proof. So, riddle me this, Batman. I buy XRP at $3, okay, which I explained in this video. I buy XRP at $3. I have a congested exchange. I'm on BTCC, I'm on Coinbase, I'm on Robinhood, I'm on whatever the fuckville, okay? And I buy it at $3 and I have a stop loss at $1.99. When on planet Earth has that stop loss order never been triggered in market congestion? 0 fucking times, people. 0 fucking times. Guess what's always triggered? Guess what's always an impossibility to buy at those levels? Your stop loss that got triggered at, you bought at $3 and you put a stop loss at $1.99 thinking that it would never get triggered. Guess what? That same order, the second that it fulfilled, I guarantee you, if you went to buy again long, you wouldn't be able to. And it doesn't matter if it's Robinhood, Coinbase, BTCC, whatever the hell it is. It's market manipulation. It's designed. They're doing this on purpose. It's 100% orchestrated. And anybody who thinks this is a conspiracy theory, holy shit. You need to stop investing now and need to run far, far away because you'll lose every single fucking dollar that you have. Every single one. You'll lose every penny if you believe any of this nonsense. I've been in this game for 20 fucking years, folks. 20 years. And I've never seen a stop loss order never get triggered in market congestion, but I've seen tons of buy orders not go through. Right? Nobody talking about that. See tons of people in the Pal Group private community and on my videos saying I can't buy, but guess what? My sell order, but I'll be damned if that didn't get through. These pieces of shit are going to hell. Every single one of them. Every single one of them who is orchestrating this. They're going to hell. I'll tell you that. And I've never been more pissed off on a day like today that I hope every one of you corrupt SOBs have what it's coming. And I hope God shows no goddamn mercy on all of you because you're all pieces of crap to just... Like, I lost, $300 today on a trade on BTCC? Who cares? I don't give a shit about $300. You know what happened today? You're going to see stories up the wazoo of people who committed some sort of harm on themselves or others because of this. This is the biggest liquidation event in history, folks. The biggest. Not just one of the biggest, the biggest. And we barely even made a dent. This isn't even the crash of all crashes. This isn't the mother crash that we've been talking about on this channel for a while now. Look at this carnage. Powell Algo Alerts told us 4 days ago 220 was in the cards. We hit 177. On some exchanges it was 177. On some exchanges it was 158. Not even the exchanges get it figured out, folks. And I said in this video here, let it be known, you do not go to an exchange when things are down 40, 50% in a matter of minutes and hope to buy something. It's just not a reality. What you want to do, like I've seen so many people today say, like, okay, as hard as it is to predict the market, whether it's going to go up, down, or sideways, there's only one of the three directions, but it's very fucking hard, okay? Let's just say you guessed right. You said, okay, XRP is going to go, and you use Pal Algo Alerts, and you said, okay, XRP is at 311. It's going to go to 220. Okay, well, it went to 220, and then it went to 177, right? Let's just say you were correct about the direction, and you had a buy, and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to be around the computer, so I'm going to set a limit buy order. How many people did I hear of today say limit buy orders didn't get triggered? But their limit sell orders did, and their stop losses did. That is because every single one of these exchanges, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. They want you to sell. They want you to give your cheap shares and your money to the market makers. And then once everything starts to fizzle out, and you see this big long lower wick, once it came back out here and fizzled out, guess what started to work again? Oh, all the exchanges are working again. Oh, imagine that. What are the odds? Oh, it must just be a coincidence. Y'all are a bunch of conspiracy theorists, right? Okay. And then we just go sideways for fucking ever? Like, if anybody is believing any of this bullshit, holy goddamn H Christ, oh my God. There's just no way anybody there's no way anybody can believe this anymore. It's so fucking dumb. I can't even reserve myself. I've never been more pissed off. Like I said, I didn't lose anything today, really. Like, okay, my XRP bags were down when we went to 177, but here you go. Not too long, we're back up to 140 or 245 again. It's almost as if it didn't even fucking happen. And how many people had stop losses? How many people were doing leverage? I mean, you probably shouldn't use leverage if you don't know what you're doing. But how many people bought at $3 and a stop below $2 or like 180, 190, think it would never get triggered? And then it goes to 170. On BTCC, this shit went to like 120. Like, that's because it's a futures contract, right? So it's not the same as spot, but these SOBs, man, they're going straight to hell. Every single one of them who are orchestrating this. It's the market makers, it's the Wall Street banks, it's the Van Ex of the world, the BlackRocks of the world. All of them, they're all going straight to hell. Swim in your gold fucking toilet, your bathtub. Don't worry. You're all going to die soon. And you're going to go straight to fucking hell. Every single one of you. Because it's unacceptable. It's so blatantly obvious that they can just crash it like this and nobody has any consequence. And you know why this is the case? It's because there's no goddamn regulation or no common sense one anyway. One of my closest friends told me that I don't believe in common sense. It's just a matter of perspective. Bullshit. Bullshit. Perspective and common sense are two very fucking different things. To say that cannabis is not medicine, fuck off. Like, that's not common sense. That's not perspective. That's fucking common sense. Like, I'm so fucking I'm so tired of this wokeness bullshit and political. I hate all of it. I hate all politics. Any party that you belong to, politician, I hate you. Because you're all terrible. There might be one or two of you at a 10 or 20 or 30 or 100 that are okay. But you would never fucking stand up against the system because you know you'll be assassinated. You know that you'll be shut up very quickly. And I'm so over it, folks. I'm so over this. I'm so fired up. Like, I've never been more fucking mad than today. And it has nothing to do with any of my doing. I didn't lose anything. I lost $300 on a BTCC trade and I made $100 back, basically down $200. I could care less. But there's some people who were down hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, their whole life savings, only to see it recover and basically give back everything that it dropped on. And watch, they're gonna approve all the ETFs. They're gonna approve market structure. They're gonna approve the Clarity Act. They're gonna do tax-free crypto. They're gonna do everything under the fucking sun to make this market go absolutely ballistic now. Because all of the fucking institutions just got positioned. You Van Eck, BlackRock, pieces of shit are all going to rot in hell. And I'll be the one praying that you do. Because you're all just greedy SOBs. And I can't believe they did this. I just can't believe it. It's such bullshit. It's literally, I have no words. Like I said, we're a few hours into this. Wait until a week. Wait until a couple weeks. Wait until a month. Wait until a few months. Wait until a year. The stories you're going to hear from this liquidation event, folks, it's not going to be good. a lot of people were seriously messed up today as a result of this. And this isn't even the tip of the iceberg, folks. This is like, the iceberg isn't even poking out yet. It's going to get so bad, but it's going to get really, really good first. But I can't save everybody. And that's what I tell everybody all the time in Power Group Private Community. I see people all the time, oh, I want to save this person. I want to save them. They forgive them. They know not what they know. Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, folks. So if I help one or two people on the stream today, most people would be like, oh, this guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's just mad because he lost a trade on BTCC, whatever. No. I'm mad that our goddamn world is this fucked up. That's how crazy it is. I've never been more pissed off than... I've seen a lot, like C19, March 2020. That was a big sell-off, right? That pissed me off. But today was even worse. This was the biggest liquidation event in history, and we barely even made a blip on the radar, folks. It's going to get so much worse. It's going to get a lot better before it gets worse. But my God, when it gets worse, it's going to get really bad. This was just an example of my thesis of how bad it's going to get. I'm talking end of the world type of thing. And today wasn't even the end of the world. Today was like, oh, we're just fine. Even though we had the biggest liquidation event in history. But if you, when in doubt, zoom out, there's nothing wrong at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong at all. Right? Like, we barely even dipped. We didn't even lose the low of April. Right? Oh my God, once this thing really starts to crater, it's grown men will weep, as they say. Grown men, women, whatever you identify as. Table, chair. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Trump feeling like Schumer 2.0. Yeah, I'm not going to get into politics. Again, I just hate them all, and that's the way I go about it. Yeah, I can't believe the locked up sell button. Yeah, and so many people like, oh, no, I'll be able to buy. I just won't go and do a market order. I'll just set a limit buy. Guess what? They fuck you over there too. But guess what? Those limit sells, those stop loss oh, no. They're going to make sure those all go through. And then the second you're able to buy again, guess what? Prices have fizzled out. Big, long-ass lower wick. You're able to buy again, and then they crash it again. It's such a manipulated game, folks. And if you've only been around 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 months, whatever it is, you have no idea. This has been a thing since inception. And it's even more bullshit with crypto. Target has started offering THC-infused beverages. Yeah, 10 locations in Minnesota. It's still Schedule 1. My country is a joke. I absolutely hate the U.S. government. Love the U.S. Love you all, your people. If I could eradicate every single politician in the U.S., I would. If there was an option to just nuke them all and start over, I'd probably push that button. Because they're all so fucking stupid. And it's not because they're stupid. It's because they're smart. But they're so goddamn manipulated and corrupt. Right? They're not that dumb, folks. It's the biggest economy in the world. The richest economy in the world. The biggest GDP. The biggest capital markets. You think they're dumb? No. So guess what? They're corrupt. Get rid of them all. Every single one of them. Appoint a fucking monkey at this point. And you will do better. I'm so over it. I don't care about your politician's side, your color. They're all terrible. Every single fucking one. I'm so... I thought Canada was crazy for not legalizing until 2018, and your friggin' government in the U.S. doesn't have any idea. They have it on the same schedule as heroin. Yet 40 of your fucking states are legalized for medical? Fly a kite. And then you have companies and like YouTubers going to Washington and being like, but if only we lobby a little harder, if only we talk to the right people. Okay, you fucking degenerate. What is your IQ? Negative 112? You think that anything that we can do, 80 to 90% of your citizens in the U.S. want it legalized in some form, you think that, oh, if we just go on a plane 2 more times this week or this month to Washington, D.C. and talk to enough people, maybe we'll get through. Okay. All right, you fucking idiot. Like, oh my God, it's so dumb. It's all by design, folks. It's the big pharma, the big alcohols, the big tobaccos. They're slowing it down. They know they can't stop it, so they're slowing it down so they can get caught up. And then people are like watching these shows like, oh, we're going to go to DC. We're going to get a hot take. We got this nice senator coming on, We're going to get some all these things. We're going to put it on behind a paywall. And, I'm just going to pay this $8 a month and whatever. And then I'm going to know everything. Yeah, everything's going to change. Okay, then. Delta 9 drinks. That's it? That's the comment? Okay. Yeah. Pretty surprised how MJ held up. Yeah, well, it also closed, right, Mankey? So the day closed, and then it couldn't operate, right? So Monday might be a different story, but was Coinbase working during the crash? No, it wasn't. There was tons of people saying Coinbase was acting up too. What happened? No one could buy the dip. I'm sure there was a few orders that went through, but Robinhood was down. I heard multiple people saying in the Power Group private community that Robinhood wasn't working, but all the sell orders worked. All the stop losses went through. I was on BTCC. All my stop loss orders went through, but guess what? When I went to buy, it was like pulling fucking teeth. A lot of people couldn't even fucking log in, but guess what? You can't log in, but guess what? If you had a stop loss order set, you don't need to log in because it's going to trigger automatically because you set it before you couldn't log in. This is how fucking corrupt it is, folks. And they're all in courts. They're all in the same little corrupt little SOB bubble. Every single one of them. They're bastards. They're absolute scum. They're all going to fucking hell. Every one of them. You think they drove the price down because the spot ETFs need 100%. It's all about the institution. Van Eck just said we're going to get into it after saying we're not going to get into crypto. Like a fucking moron. And then they're like, oh, well, obviously they're talking their book, right? JP Morgan said, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Like anybody of our clients who got caught promoting it or selling it, we're going to fire you. And then they were later on proved in 2018 that they were the number one buyer of Bitcoin. So unethical, right? And now they have their own fucking token. And then Van Eck said, oh, we'll never be getting into Bitcoin and crypto. And then they get a new CEO and voila, crypto. And then bam, big crash. You know who runs the world? Van Eck and fucking BlackRock. And guess what? BlackRock hasn't filed for an XRP ETF or a lot of ETFs. Probably just needed this to scoop it all up. And look how quickly it was bought up. Bastards. Yeah, they're absolute scum. They're going straight to fucking hell. Every one of them. I was paper trading, made 10K profit. Yeah, because you're paper trading. Anytime you try to fucking actually trade, actual liquidity and dollars, or whatever the fuckville you're using, it's not going to go through. Because they're just corrupt, man. Of course they make the paperwork all the time. Because there's no liquidity. There's no it's just numbers on a fucking screen. And that's how they get you. Get you feeling all confident like. And then, oh, see how confident you are whenever all your sell orders trigger and none of your buy orders go through. Well, fuck you too. All of my sell orders today on BTCC went through with like fucking flying colors. But to put a buy order through was like fucking pulling teeth. And I finally got one to go through and I made a 60% profit on the fucking thing. 60% profit. If I could only fucking buy when I wanted to, I might have made a lot more than that. I'm just so goddamn mad. Like, I'm telling you. Karma's a bitch. They're all going straight to fucking hell. Every one of them. I share your rage. Oh, I don't think you do. You don't know. Like, you don't know. You don't run a channel with 20,000 people, 30,000 people reaching out to you and saying, my sell order went through and, I'm contemplating taking my life. And like one guy in my condo, literally, I can see it out my window. I can see his balcony out my fucking window right now. This guy jumped off his balcony and killed himself the other day in our backyard. Jumped off the 20th fucking floor balcony. Killed himself. And there was people that had to wake up in the morning at 8 a.m. and see that. All because of this world is so fucking messed up. And this shit here does not fucking help. And I'm probably going to get shadow banned or whatever. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, Google. Fuck all of you. You ban me, you're going straight to hell as well. U.S. country's a joke. Every goddamn government is a joke. They're all jokes. They're all corrupt SOBs. Stop picking one side or the other, hating one side or the other. Hate it all, folks. Love each other. Love the people. Love your neighbor. Hate every single one of these fucking tie-wearing sons of bitches. They're all orchestrating, and I don't care if you're a Trump supporter, a Trump hater, a Biden lover, a Biden hater. The fact of the goddamn matter is they all fucking hated crypto forever. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, loved it. It's because it was the political agenda. They planned it for many fucking years. And the same thing's going to happen with with cannabis. They're just going to flip on a dime and then, like Trump did the other day, post the endocannabinoid system. You think that's just him just waking up one day and be like, you know what? I'm going to look into this CBD thing. No, this is the elites, folks. They've been planning this for tens of years, decades, maybe even 100 years at this point. And you're going to be like, oh, Rod's a conspiracy theorist. Rod's a No, you're naive. If you think anything else is the truth, you're not meant to be here. I have an igloo in the Sahara Desert that's just waiting for you to buy the title on. Right? Like, it's so blatantly obvious. This is my first crypto cycle. Well, hopefully it's not your last, because it's going to be a lot of last people's cycles. Yeah, you tell them, Rod. Man, I'm not even... Like, you have no idea. Like, the amount of frustration and thoughts going through my head. I wish I could just share everything, but... Never heard you talk like this, because... I try to be reserved. I try to, like... When people mess with my friends and my family and my audience and people in general, like my fellow humans, I was barely even affected by this drop. I haven't even looked at my portfolio, and it doesn't even really matter because my average on XRP is 40 cents. And now we're at 243 after just dipping to 177. I knew it was going to happen. I don't care about me. I don't need to check in with myself. I'm fine. I know what I signed up for. It's the people who don't know what they signed up for. It's the people that they just prey on. They prey on the weak, and they have no fucking remorse. Like, how do you not have a conscience? How do you not care that these people were absolutely rug pulled? You took their life savings, all their hard-earned money, and these cocksuckers on Wall Street, they don't care. They laugh it off. They're like, oh my God, what was this? Where was the thing at? Let's go to John Deaton. I thought I had it up here, but it's not here. If true, this needs to be investigated. Someone just opened a Bitcoin short 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement and just closed with $88 million in profit. They opened the account today. It's all in the blockchain, folks. We can verify everything. It's open source. It's all transparent. Open the account today, 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement, and made $88 million. If you weren't raging before, you should be now. I only wish I stuck to my plan and liquidated enough to buy the house earlier than when XRP was above $3. It's cool. I can't complain. Yeah, so I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't get in that, right? You'll just dwell on yesterday's mistakes and not be able to capitalize on tomorrow's opportunities. Okay, so don't worry about that. XRP is not done, folks. XRP is going to $10, going to $20, going to $50, going to $100, might even go to $1,000. Okay? It's all just part of the ride. Look at Bitcoin. How many times did China and Russia go to ban Bitcoin throughout the history of its trajectory? Right? Folks, they're all corrupt. They're all sons of bitches. They're all the devil. Right? I don't even believe in the devil. But I know they're all it. If there was a devil, it's them. It's the government. Government literally means control. Satoshi Nakamoto literally means central intelligence. The Bitcoin security protocol is based on the SHA-256 hash, which is HTTPS, which is military-grade encryption, which was created by the NSA, which created Bitcoin. Okay? The government's created Bitcoin. The government's created crypto. They're doing this to get rid of the dollar in its existing form, to get rid of cash, and to usher in a new system. They knew this since Nixon. They knew this since they removed it from the gold standard. They knew it was going to fail. Every single fiat currency fails. Fiat means it's backed by nothing. How can something backed by nothing succeed when they print millions and trillions and billions and quadrillions, right? But again, if you did 5 seconds worth of research, you would know. But most people don't. Second you talk about money, oh, he's on the topic of money. Oh, head in the sand, right? Ostrich style. Cooler heads always prevail. I've never believed in using a stop loss. I choose when I sell, nobody else. Have you heard about stop loss hunting? It's completely real. For sure, Chris. So I said this today in the Power Group private community. I said, if you're going to hold long term, don't use a stop loss. Right? And don't go buy XRP when it's at 3. Okay, I understand if you just started investing yesterday and didn't know what XRP was. But if you bought XRP recently at $3 and you knew about it for multiple years, that's on you. You should have bought it when it was at 20, 30 cents and it was sitting there forever. Right? It was there. It was just stagnant. It was just stable at 20, 30 cents. But if you only got interested in XRP after it hit $3 and you wanted to buy it at 150 only because it went to $3 again, well, then you deserve to lose all your money. I'm sorry. You probably do. I mean, you probably don't, but you probably do. You know what I mean? If you didn't want it at 20 or 30 cents when it was there for fucking years, and then it spikes up to $3, and then it drops to 150 and you're mad that you can't buy it because your order doesn't go through, well, what the hell were you doing? Were you just getting it? Did you just learn about XRP in the last couple of months, in the last year or so? Okay, well, then that's fine. But if you knew about XRP for the last 5 years, why the hell weren't you buying it at 20 cents? Why do you want to buy it at 150 all of a sudden when it's on sale from $3? Right? It doesn't make any sense. So if you're going to buy for the long term, yeah, don't use a stop loss. If you're trading, if you're swing trading, day trading, scalp trading, obviously use a stop loss. If you're doing futures trading, use a fucking stop loss because you'll get absolutely destroyed. If you're using margin or any kind of leverage, you'll wipe out your whole account. Right? You enter a trade for $100 and your margin is $1,000. You have $1,000 in your account. You enter a trade for $100 and you do 100x and you don't set a stop loss. They could take your whole $1,000 off a $100 trade. Right? These are things people don't know. And they come into this market. They come in, oh, I'm a crypto enthusiast. I'm a technologist. I love marijuana. I love the plant. And they come in and they're just like, I'm just going to put my hard-earned dollars, my hundreds of thousands of dollars, my thousands of dollars of money that I earn. I'm just not going to do any research. I'm just going to throw everything at whatever. And I'm going to hope for the best. That's not how it works. And this is the last place you want to do that, right? You'd be better off to go put it all on black or red at the roulette table than come in here because they will eat you alive. Absolute sharks. So yeah, don't put a stop loss on an investment. Don't put a stop loss on a long-term hold, right? We have to be clear with what we say, right? There's people who are here to trade, people who are here to invest. Hopefully not for Tilray. Anything's possible. I mean, they just did it to Tilray. Tilray went from $300 to 35 cents. 99.5% downage. Amazon in 2000 went down 95%. It happens to everything, folks. Every fucking thing. Like, get it through your fucking heads. It's not just crypto. It's not just MJ. It's Amazon. They did it to Apple almost went bankrupt in 1997. Microsoft stepped in at 1997 and said, here you go, here's 150 million. We don't even want any equity. We're just, we're just gonna give you 150 million, and we'll trade licensing, and you'll use like the Internet Explorer icon and a couple things, and blah blah blah. And then Apple's worth more than Microsoft on every other day. If that happened to fucking Apple and Microsoft, right? What do you think is going to happen to a Schedule 1 drug right there with heroin or crypto, which is still very much hostile in the U.S.? Still no Market Clarity Act. No Clarity Act, no market structure. Love seeing this raw emotion, brother. Yeah, I mean, I try not to come on here and vent too much because yeah, I don't know. Today was just one of those days where I can't handle it. Like, people need to know. And I know there's going to be people that come on here and they comment, oh, this guy's a conspiracy theorist, he has no... Like, it doesn't matter if you have shit... You could have shit in a video nowadays. And oh, that's a deep fake AI. There's an excuse for everything to say that it isn't true. But yet, the stock market has existed for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the same thing keeps happening, and people are like, oh, this guy's just a complete friggin' doomsdayer and whatever. Like, it's right in front of your faces, right? But yeah, I have to come on here. I'm not going to come on here and sugarcoat everything. And yeah, like, I don't even know. I come on here today and I was like, I feel like I wouldn't be a good human being if I didn't come on here and spend at least an hour or so giving people my raw thoughts. And I just hate all politics. I hate every one of them. I hate them so fucking much. Every one of them. I don't care if you're left, right, center, polka dot, blue, red. You're all terrible. Every single one of you. The fact that they put MJ on a Schedule 1 with heroin is just absolute stupidity. After hundreds of years of being in Eastern medicine, right? It's so that they could enrich themselves with all these expensive drugs. Even Tilray CEO was on Fox the other day saying, why are we spending all this money on expensive drugs? Trump's trying to make cheap health care. Because they're corrupt motherfuckers. Like, do I have to paint you a picture? Corrupt mofos. Right? And then people are like, oh, Trump's our new savior, and this guy's our devil, and this guy's the plague, and this guy's the savior. They're all terrible. They're all terrible. They're doing it when they're damn well ready. It's just a face. You think one person is making a difference? No. No. It's been planned for hundreds of years, folks. At least decades. Maybe hundreds. Everything has been planned for many decades, folks. Ever since Nixon took the U.S. dollar off the gold standard, that was the demise of the U.S. So they knew it. They knew it was maybe 30 or 40, 50, 60 years before the dollar was over, right? They're spending, going through this reckless spending. Why do you think Elon got so mad at the government? You know, we went through all this Doge and all this savings, and all of a sudden he's like, what is this big, beautiful bill thing? And I'm like, oh my God. Even Elon thought that the government was going to be good. He thought that someone in government was going to be good. Like, how naive is that fucking richest man in the world? Like, you thought you were going to make a difference? You thought you were going to come in here to create this Doge, right? And you were going to come in here and just fix all the corrupt SOBs in politics. Okay then, Elon. I'd say you're in on it if I had to guess, but they're all corrupt SOBs, man. Oh my God, this gold, I've been saying this about the UK government for a while. This is gold. I've been saying that. Yeah, like Raoul Pal said that the US and the UK governments created Bitcoin, and I agree with that. Right? There's a thing called the Commonwealth. There's a thing called NATO. BRICS is happening. All this other stuff is happening. I was told that crypto was created to prevent World War III. I also believe it was created to make the US dollar not lose its value, create a new world reserve currency. They knew the system was going to fail, so they're falling over into a new one. They know nobody's going to be able to have the world reserve currency. Like, who would want the world reserve currency? Just think about it. If you or I were to create our own country, would you want to have the world reserve currency? Why? You want to have a target on your back? You want everybody blaming you? No. Why not just create alphanumeric code and a blockchain that's immutable, right? Everything's transparent. You can see everything. It's just math. Nobody's in control of it. It's open source. It's all controlled by numbers and, right? Alphanumeric code. Why not create something that nobody controls and that everybody can participate in? That makes fucking sense to me, right? It's like the internet. You know how the internet was created, right? It was created because of the war. There was multiple enemies were attacking telephone towers. They would hit a telephone tower and wipe out all their communication. So they said, hey, the military said, we're going to create a router. We're going to create the internet. We'll create all these routers. We'll put them in every friggin' nook and cranny. And you'd have to nuke the world. You'd have to basically nuke every part of the world to get rid of our telecommunications. Right? And that's what's happening now. The internet of value versus the internet of information. And so many people are at the sleep of the wheel. They're just, well, this is just some magic internet money, right? It's the next iteration of the internet. And it's going to be way more valuable than the internet of information. It's the internet of value. It's the internet of money. What do you think runs the world? Value and money. Right? Information isn't even valuable anymore. They're just like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Therefore, all of the information that you have is rendered obsolete. Right? It's a moot point at that point. Right? Oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Okay, I'm knowledgeable. But then you just claim me as a conspiracy theorist, and therefore I'm a conspiracy theorist. Right? Whereas on the blockchain, we have the record of every transaction that's ever transpired, ever occurred. Okay, you call me a conspiracy theorist? Here it is, right on the fucking blockchain. It's all open. Here's the proof. Right? It's even better than the internet of information. And the only people that have access to the internet of information is all the internet providers, right? And then the government to subpoena them, right? But you and I can't just go and see whose IP address is available or whatever. The public internet isn't decentralized. It's not open source, right? It's all siloed into these different internet providers. And then the governments go and they subpoena and they demand warrants and subpoena for the information, right? But it's all closed doors. Whereas internet of value is all open. Can't imagine the people that had no stop loss. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Preach, brother, you are a legend. Thank you, MSK. I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate it. Just, yeah, saying what not many people else say and what I need to say. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't say this, so. Unless you're day trading, it's very hard to make a buck without patience. If you watch how things are trading, the market is very corrupt. Exactly. Nick says, today was a great day to be holding cash, brother. I was 95K deep on Tilray, cashed out at 176. I missed some gains, but I was happy to be sitting on cash. Yeah, I mean, it all depends, right, Nick? Like, what was your goal, right? Like, are you a trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Are you a scalper? Are you an investor? Did you buy it yesterday? Did you buy it a week ago? Did you buy it a month ago? Did you buy it at 30 cents? Did you buy it at $1.50? Did you buy it at $5? If you bought it at $5, why would you sell it at 176, right? So there's all these things. Like, we can all sit here and say, you know, I shoulda, coulda, did this, or shoulda, coulda, woulda, or glad I did this, glad I did that. But everybody's situation is different. And, like, my average on Tilray is 140. Do you think I give a shit about 180, 230, 240? I'm not selling a goddamn Tilray share until at least $10. And I won't even bat an eye at it. Like, I don't care, right? And I'm not necessarily going to buy anymore either. I've already got my bags packed, right? But there's some people who day trade Tilray. So there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you need to do that's right for you and your family. And don't just make like the plan up as you go. Like stick to the plan. Develop the plan before you even enter the trade and then execute the plan. But yeah, I hope you do well. Sounds like you're doing well, and yeah, I mean, it was only at 160 after hours, and things are rebounding quite a bit. So, if it was at 160 and crypto was like, it was at 160 when XRP was at like 177, and now XRP is at 230. So, there's a good chance that Tilray's maybe at like 180 or 190 on Monday, right? So, it all depends on how much the market recovers into then. And it's closed, and eventually Tilray, every single stock in the world, they mentioned on the Tilray conference call that they're looking to tokenize Tilray stock. Everything's going to be tokenized, folks. There's not going to be any more opening and closing bell. You're not going to be checking the pre-market being like, oh, is the volume low? No. Everything's going to trade 24/7, 365 on the blockchain in a tokenized version of the stock. Mark my words, it's going to happen in the next couple of years. People need to stop putting in stop losses. Great way to lose your hard-earned money because it will get there. Yeah, again, it depends, right? Like if you're a day trader or a swing trader or a scalp trader, you need to do stop losses. Or if you're trading futures, I was trading futures today, and on BTCC, trading futures contracts, XRP hit 177, and on BTC it said 124. 124! That's a far cry off from 177, right? So you get absolutely wrecked, and especially if you're using any kind of margin or leverage, which people are because people want instant gratification. People invest in crypto like the most riskiest, volatile asset class on the planet. They're like, I want things to happen yesterday. So what's that tell you? Instant gratification. What's that tell you? They're probably going to use leverage. They're probably going to try to make more money quickly, right? And incur more risk, right? So stop losses are very necessary in a lot of situations, unless you're investing. But if you're investing, you're probably not putting like a large amount of capital, right? You're probably buying here and there with money that you're willing to lose, maybe 10% of your paycheck each week or whatever, and it's just set and forget, and you're not worrying about it. You're not worrying if it's down 20, 30%. If it's down 20, 30%, you might buy more, right? Yeah, don't have a stop loss there, right? That's what I do. But if you're doing day trades, swing trades, futures trading, oh my God, if you're not doing a stop loss, you'll get absolutely wrecked. Henry Ford started the first crypto. I don't know about that. Now I think we might be going off on the deep end here. Billy. Those a-holes need to be held accountable. Yeah, they won't be, right? Look at Gary Gensler. That fucking idiot. And everybody what a disgrace to the U.S. government. What a disgrace to the SEC. This guy was on like CNBC or whatever the hell it was the other day. He's like, oh, I stand by all my decisions and I am the best and I don't regret anything. I would not want to be that guy. I would not walk down the street if I were that guy. I would have a target on my back. I would be scared that I'm going to get assassinated every left, right turn. But yeah, until these people start going to jail, nothing's going to change. This too shall pass. Hello, Rod. Hello. Can you go over this video? I'm not sure what you mean. Mankey? No, you're speaking the truth. I understand. Thank you. Politicians in America have been corrupt for decades. We sold our jobs out to overseas in the 90s so politicians and businessmen could have even more money. It's all sick. Yeah. And you hear people these days there's some politicians in the U.S. who are good, right? I forget his name, but I think it was something Bernie or something. But anyways, he's like, I sold all my crypto, I sold all my stocks when I went to service. He's like, if you're going to serve in the U.S. government, you shouldn't be able to own stocks, you shouldn't be able to own crypto, shouldn't be able to own a business, you should sell everything. And he's like, my business was my baby, I sold it all. And I'm like, well, fuck. What do you want, a medal or something? We get that you're awesome, but 99% of your counterparts are all terrible, corrupt SOBs. So at least we're moving in the right direction. But yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to do anything, right? And there should be a cap. Nancy Pelosi should be worth hundreds of millions. She should, on a $200,000 or a few $100,000 salary, and there should be a cap. You're only allowed to serve in Congress for 4 years max. After that, maybe you can do a second term after another 4 years of non-term. But in my opinion, you should only be able to do ever in your life the amount 4 years ever. That's the most. And maybe 2 years consecutive. But the most you can ever do in your lifetime's 4, someone else gets a turn, right? But again, all this common sense stuff, right, doesn't make sense to them because they're the ones getting greedy. They're the ones in power. They're the ones getting rich. So why the fuck would they change, right? It's like you raise a delinquent son or a daughter or son or, child, and, you just spoil them rotten. And you spoil them, and you spoil them, and you spoil them, and they turn 12 or 14 or 16 and 18, and they're like, well, you just keep giving in. You just kept giving me what I wanted. Why am I going to change? Why are these politicians going to change? Until they start going to goddamn jail for the rest of their lives. Watch how quickly things change, folks. Right? But yeah, it's not just the U.S., folks. It's everywhere. Look at C-19. Whenever all that happened, you think they all just found a cure at the same time? Like SARS-1. SARS-1 was in Toronto in like 2000, right? No cure then. And then all of a sudden CV, whatever the hell is CoV-2 or whatever the mumbo jumbo is, C-19, came out, a different variation of SARS. And then all of a sudden, China, Russia, U.S., and they just all happened to find the cure. There was never a cure found for the original SARS, by the way. But all of a sudden, they all found the cure at the exact same time and ushered it out. They all printed trillions of dollars, backed by nothing. And they all did helicopter money to thousands of their citizens, made it so they couldn't work. And it's called a controlled demolition of the system, folks. That's what that was. I remember reading a paper in 2018. Somebody sent me a paper, and I thought it was bullshit. It was a German whistleblower sent me a paper. Or it wasn't the German whistleblower herself, but it was a person who sent me this paper, and it was of a German whistleblower who worked for the German government. In 2008, I had to use Google Translate to understand it. And he said, basically, the governments are going to create a man-made virus over the next couple of years to get rid of cash, right? To expedite the process, because the boomers aren't going to want to get rid of cash. They love cash. They don't like crypto, and they don't trust, digital versions of things. And what better way to do it than C-19 and say, oh, it's germs and we can't accept cash, right? It's just the best thing ever. And I read that in 2018. I had to use Google Translate to convert it from German into into English. And then 2 years later, it fucking happened. And if you've ever seen the movie Contagion, it's the same goddamn thing. Like, you literally can't make it up. It's just like, it's hilarious. And then people are still believing it. Like, wow, do we have a proper pint and a proper combo at some point, at some time? You bet. You are a real one. Yeah, I don't like to beat around the bush at all, to be honest. And I don't like to sit here and dwell. Like, my brother, I love him. He goes off in the deep end, though. He's an extremist, right? He'll learn something and he'll be like, oh my God, like the government's corrupt and like the world's an evil place and blah, blah. He'll fixate it and just hate on it and hate on it and hate on it and dwell on it and dwell on it. I focus on the positive. I focus on the things that I control, right? I focus on my fellow human being. I focus on my partner and my family and my friends and my acquaintances and how to make their lives better versus, machine gunning them just with a fire hose of information of why the world's a terrible place, right? Like there's no place for that. And like I said, my father said to me something very profound when I was a young boy. It was, speak only to those that want to listen, because it's exhausting, right? Trying to convince everybody of your beliefs that don't want to listen. they're just going to look at you like you have 3 or 4 fucking eyes in your head, right? So it's much better to talk to somebody who is willing to listen, who wants to hear what you have to say, versus you just machine gunning them full of information and then like basically arguing with them, right? Or getting mad at them because they're not listening to you. Well, if they're not listening to you, it's probably because they don't want to listen to you. They're not interested in what you have to say. Therefore, they don't want to. You're not speaking to people who want to listen, right? And I learned this at a very young, early age in business. Trying to promote it. Oh, I had this new business idea. I was trying to promote it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Joe and Jane, right? Oh, I said this so many times as a joke, but it was true. I could have had the cure to cancer, right? I could have had a known cure. And I could have been going around to everybody in my circle of friends in my network and said, I have the cure for cancer. And they'd been like, this guy's a fucking idiot, right? He's a complete moron. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Because they don't care. They weren't listening, right? It wouldn't matter if you had the best idea, the best service, the best product, the best invention, the best cure. Wouldn't matter if you're not speaking to the right people, the people that want to listen. It's all for nothing. And it's the same thing in this dog-eat-dog world that we're in here now, in the finance world. But yeah, it's crazy. It's there's too much money involved to straighten out the politics in America. It's a machine that cannot be destroyed. Unfortunately, I probably agree with that, Rob. But again, as soon as they start making people go to jail, you get locked behind bars for the rest of your life, that will change things real quick. I also wonder who makes money when I see Tilray go up and down a penny, 10 to 20 tons within a minute. Corruption everywhere. Yep. All we can do is be in the light in the dark world. Rod, thank you for sharing your light on us. I appreciate you. Absolutely. I appreciate it too. This too shall pass. I mean, yeah, like I said, like, I could come on here and I vent and I share my thoughts and opinions and whatnot just because I feel like I have a duty to. And, you know, I feel like so many people are not in the dark, but I feel like so many people just haven't had the experience yet and they just don't know what to think. So I try to enlighten them in that regard. But, you know, I'm not going to come on here every live stream now and talk about how much I hate the government because I can't control that. I can't. And it's only going to make it worse, right? It's only going to make me angrier and more frustrated, and it's going to make me lose sight of the things that are important in life, which is my friends and my family and good and success and, you know, other opportunities that could present themselves. If you're only dwelling on the past and the negative stuff, you're never gonna move past it. Jam says hello. Rod, I'm curious, how low do you think Tilray may go on this drop? It really depends. Next major support, you're looking at around, I think it was 140. Yeah, really nothing until 103 on the weekly. But you have to remember too, like on the monthly time frame, this whole move's coming off 35 cents, right? So we still haven't even confirmed a monthly uptrend. We still need a higher low and a higher high. The question is do we top out this month or next month, the month after that? Remember when TCNNF, True Leaf? It went 12 months in a row, folks, with a higher low every single candle in 2021 after C19. And guess what? It was the biggest liquidation event in history. It was the biggest sell-off ever, and then it went on 12 months in a row with that. Every single candle was a higher low. This is literally something that could happen now on Tilray. Every single candle for 12 or a whole year, right? Everybody, 6 months, no monthly consolidation. We're definitely going to consolidate next month. All those people, why bother even guessing? Why not just wait until it happens? As soon as we lose the low of the previous monthly candle, monthly consolidation underway. Why say, it's going to happen this month or it's going to happen next month? Why not just fucking wait until it happens, right? Same thing on Tilray. Why are we going to say, Tilray hasn't consolidated in 6 months or 4 months, whatever it is. It's going to be next month. It's going to be the month after. Okay, well, a monthly MA12 and 26 bull cross are lining up, the first in history. That's not really on your side. Could it happen next month, this month? Yes. Could it do another TCNNF and do 12 months? It could too. But why not just buy it 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, $1 when it was at $67 in February 2021 and wait? It's the best MJ company on the planet. It's not even an MJ company. I heard a bunch of statistics today that all these whiskey companies are going bankrupt because of tariffs. Tilray has no tariffs. Everything's made in the US. Like, everything's going to be like that. This is probably the best company to own right now. And like Dr. Pepper passed Pepsi. And we got all these colas and seltzers, and Tilray's going to be $100 billion market cap. No problem. We're going 100x from here, folks. 100x in terms of market cap. 100x easily. And it's not going to stop there. XRP rocket ships. Dude, it was the craziest drop on XRP I've ever seen. It was the craziest drop I've ever seen ever. Let me just go on a BTCC here. Show you. Look at this shit. I couldn't believe it. I was making the video today for XRP, and the video was, are we literally crashing to 220? And as I was making the video, it was 250. And I was like, I started to lose 250. I was like, shit, I better like put aside the Tilray video and make the XRP video. And as I'm making the video, it literally hit the 220 target that I was talking about. And then some, and look at this. On BTCC, it hit 126. It's because it's futures based, right? These are futures contracts. They're not spot. They're not actually holding the underlying asset. No, it was 124. I'm pretty sure I saw 124 on the screen. But anyway, it's saying like 125, 126. Like, what's the price now? 237? What's the actual price? 238. So it's finally caught back up. But for a while there, like it said 124. And the lowest it got on this exchange was 177. Yeah, 177. And as you can see here, it says 144 or 124, 125. It's just nonsense. After being at almost $3 yesterday. Insane. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Yeah. Good to be sitting on cash today to buy the dip, long or not. Well, that's part of my frustration, Ivan, is even if you had cash today, you probably couldn't buy anyway. Because the buy orders weren't going through. And it doesn't matter if you're on like some fly-by-night exchange or Coinbase or Robinhood. I had people in the Power Group private community today saying that Robinhood wasn't working. They were trying to buy on Robinhood and couldn't. And then, of course, after everything wicks and we see this huge recovery, then the buy orders start working, right? That's what I'm saying. It's all orchestrated. It's all a bunch of BS. Gensler's a moron. 400 million. She is worth that corrupt piece of shit. Yeah, like, oh man. Just, I remember Moderna like 7x on COVID. Pfizer, Moderna, J&J made billions out of it. Yeah, exactly. Speak to those only wants to listen. So true. Too much energy. Yeah, it takes way more energy to be negative than it does to be positive, right? Just try frowning, right? Try frowning for 10 minutes and then try smiling for 10 minutes. I mean, smiling does kind of hurt after a while as well. But try frowning. It's way worse. Better than word we don't say on this channel. Thank you, though, Maggie. This is a great community. I'm kind of new here. Yeah, well, yeah, we've been long and strong since 2018. Is when I founded the channel and really started to pump out the content in 2020 once I get a little bit more comfortable behind camera and whatnot. But yeah, I've been in finance since probably 2010. Used to work for Invesco in 2012. And almost became a financial advisor and really started my own community. And I thought it was stressful enough managing my own money, let alone other people's money. So I decided to teach people how to manage their own money. instead of me managing theirs. Because most of these financial advisors don't care. I remember I met with a financial advisor, told me to buy Microsoft at all-time highs in 2021, and then the whole market crashed, and I was like, so remember when I told you there was going to be a better buying opportunity? She's like, oh, how did you know it was going to happen? You know, crystal ball. I'm like, I know not to buy at fucking all-time highs. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh my God, how fucking dumb I have to be. Oh, we just broke to a new all-time high. Better buy, said no one ever. All right, Mr. Financial Advisor, you just earned $0 of mine. Never sell Tilray. Watch in 20 years, you'll be a millionaire. Oh, I'll be a millionaire long before 20 years. On Tilray. Maybe months. Rob Saul fan. I think Tilray will 10x in the next year or two. We're on the brink of federal legalization or MJ move to Schedule 3. All the insiders will pile in before. You're already seeing it, right? You're seeing tons of people. Oh, Tilray's finally starting to turn a page. And Oxley, all these value investors coming out saying Oxley's amazing. And look at the margins and working capital's positive. And, you know, the going concern's removed. And it's like, yeah, because you don't understand the industry, right? It's like Warren Buffett. He missed Amazon, Apple, Bitcoin. Guess what? All he could understand was numbers. He's a value investor. Value investors suck, right? They really do. All they're good at is reading numbers. They're not good at telling you what's going to be the next Amazon or the next Apple or the next Bitcoin or the next unicorn investment. No. They're just looking at numbers. And it's not to say that that's not a good strategy. It's just Warren Buffett makes billions of dollars, yes, but he invests millions, right? Like, he invests a lot of money to make a lot more money, right? Whereas with crypto, you can invest $1,000, $100 and make millions, right? If you're right. Like on Dogecoin in 2020, if you bought $1,000 with a Dogecoin in 2020, a year and a half later, you'd have almost $500,000 just on $1,000 investment. And the most you could have lost was $1,000, right? XRP. I did my first ever video on XRP when it was at 20 cents. We're still at 237. You think I give a fuck? Like, no. XRP is going to be bigger than Bitcoin. XRP will be worth more than Bitcoin market cap when it's all said and done. Tilray will be the number one MJ company. Tilray or Cureleaf, I'm very confident of that. One of the two. Probably battle it out. Maybe even merge one day. And then Ripple, the company, will be the most valuable company on the planet. It'll be bigger than Google, Amazon, Apple, all of them. It'll be bigger than everything. Tesla, you name it. I've never been more confident in those three things. That's great. I'm not selling a share. Yeah, I'm not selling anytime soon either. Because people won't quit weed. They just take breaks. Yeah, I'm living proof of that. Actually, I started consuming marijuana when I was 13, maybe 12. And the longest break I took was 2 weeks up until like a couple months ago. Longest break was 2 weeks. And a couple months ago, I took 2 months off. I did 2 whole months without any cannabis. And do you think I was like scratching and like withdrawal syndrome? Like, it's way more withdrawals from alcohol than weed. I took 2 months off weed after never taking longer than 2 months off, 2 weeks off for like 20 years. And I just quit cold turkey, no problem, no questions asked. It's just fun, right? It's just Seth Rogen. It's like, it just makes everything better. He's like, Seth Rogen, right? His explanation is why he smokes weed every day. He's like, well, I don't need to smoke weed every day. I don't need to wear shoes every day. But life's better when I wear shoes, right? Like, things don't hurt as much. I have more pleasure when I walk, right? My feet aren't sore. I don't get dirty. You know? And he's like, if I smoke weed, I'm not. Life is just better, right? I'm in a better mood. I'm not plagued by anxiety and depression, and you know, it's the same shit. I was like, wow, smoking weed compared to wearing shoes. That's so profound. Weed will be in liquid from sporting events, grocery stores in the next 5-10. Target had the news today. Check this shit out. That's why you got to be in the POW Group private community. You don't even have to look for news anymore. It just all comes right in here. Target to begin selling THC-infused cannabis drinks at Congress as debates possible hemp reversal. Target begins selling THC beverages in 10 Minnesota stores. I mean, it's already on DoorDash, already on Uber. Folks, the train's left the station. This is definitely a great community here. 1000% agree. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've spent 5 years building this community, and I take pride in what I do, and I take pride in each and every one of you. And I'm not here to, just get views and clickbait and whatever. I'm not here making videos through the bull markets, right? When things are going up, I'll make a video then because I don't look like an idiot because the price is at all-time lows or what have you. I'm here through the thick and the thin, and I'm here even more in the thick of it, right? Because I know people need it then. We will bounce back soon, absolutely. Don't listen to PE ratio, guys. I've been following it for a while now. It's like watching all these tech stocks go up for the past. Yeah, they don't have a fucking clue. They really don't. It's so funny. But guess what? All these PE ratios and all these value investor people, there's now Oxy's now Oxy's on my radar. And I'm like, well, that's cool. They're at 15 cents now. I bought them at a penny. And, better late than ever, I guess. But it's because they don't understand the industry, right? Okay, so value investing is for people that only understand numbers, right? And different profitability metrics, etc. And just overall value investing in numbers in general, right? Balance sheets, etc. But imagine looking at Amazon in 2001 when it crashed 95%. You'd have looked at that and been like, "This isn't investable," right? How many people said that in the MJ industry, right? Not investable. Not investable. It's like, moron. Big moron. Biggest moron. Right? You don't think MJ's investable? Okay, then. Yeah. Just so stupid, right? You can't even make this stupidity up. But, is Warren Buffett an idiot for not investing in Apple? Is Warren Buffett not an idiot for not investing in Amazon or Bitcoin? No. It was out of his wheelhouse. But these people who are experts in MJ, right? And these value investors who are experts in MJ that they claim to be one of the biggest experts and know the MJ industry inside and out, and you don't think that Tilray has value or these Canadian LPs have value? Okay, well, news fucking flash. All these big alcohol and pharmaceutical and tobacco companies are all partnering with LPs, Canadian companies. And you and your little hairdo and your little tie and suit or whatever the hell you got going on, you think that you and your little YouTube channel, you're smarter than all of them, hey? It's just so funny. It's struggle bus. And then, I'm going to interview this company and put them behind a paywall. I'm not going to say who that was, but... oh my God. It's so funny. It's like what not to do. You're running a YouTube channel and you interview a CEO and you put it behind a paywall. That's like Canopy Growth running a cannabis company. Just do the opposite of that person and you'll be a successful YouTuber. Just be like Canopy. Do the opposite and you'll be a successful cannabis operator, It's it's so funny. You can't even make it up. It's so dumb. Let's just have a moment of silence for those on the struggle bus, struggle. The struggle is real. You can't find a better way to make money off paid content than to just interview a CEO and put it behind a paywall. All right, moment of silence for the struggle busters. I can't help it. It's just so funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. Here we go. Weed bars haven't even come out yet. Yeah, no one needs weed bars, yo. Like 10 milligrams and like this big massive bar. If it's 100 milligrams, okay, but yeah. Oh, you mean weed bars, like brew pubs? You mean? Yeah, totally. Okay, with you on that one. Yeah, that's my dream, is to create like a brew pub with just beers infused with weed. If that's what you mean. Yeah, totally with you. I was gonna say, what the fuck? Are you living under a rock? Like, there's tons of bars out there, like chocolate bars infused with weed. But yeah, you must mean like brew pubs and stuff. Must have missed that the original time, because I think I skipped over it. Don't listen to the PE. There we are. Yeah, in Rod we trust. Invest in what you love and keep it. Oh, well, don't they say don't marry a stock, right? Right? All of the gurus and the day traders. Oh, don't marry a stock. Blah blah blah. Okay then, marry your computer and be a slave to your computer and never leave it and day trade all the time. Okay then, I'd rather love a stock and it love me and not have to be a slave to my computer and travel the world and like imagine the people that day traded Bitcoin when it first came out. Imagine bought it at $1, $100, $5, even $1,000. Oh, I day traded it. You know, and all the stress, and I was glued to my computer. If I would have just bought it at $1 and sold it at 100,000, that would have been way easier, right? These day traders, they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. Like, I can understand if you're like, I'm a day trader, and this is for me. But like, I see so many day traders be like, don't ever enter a trade without a stop loss. Don't ever marry a stock. It's like, don't ever speak a word ever again and just fuck off. Like, stop making content. You're fucking everyone over. Less than 90, like 1% of the world are day traders and succeed, and you're competing with bots more and more every day. Right? I have the POW algo alerts. I don't even try to like day trade myself anymore. I just rely on the POW algo alerts because I configured it into an algorithm, and it literally told me that XRP was going to 220, and I was like, nah, XRP's not going to 220. No way! Because my little emotional brain couldn't handle it, right? But POW Algo said 220 and then it went to 220. So, you know? Like, it's just so funny. Never buy anything at all-time highs. Anything. Yeah, I'd rather eat dirt, actually. Like, if it was between buying something at all-time highs and eating dirt, probably eat the dirt. You gotta pay me to eat the dirt, though. I was trying to buy XRP at 185 and couldn't. Exactly. And that's not even as low as it went. But guess what? If you had a stop loss at 185, that motherfucker went through. Guaranteed. Did you become a street zombie when you started smoking again? Of course. Do you not see all the scars and welts on my face? And like the bandages are like, you know, they're coming... Can't speak properly. I hate politics. Zombies in the streets, more crime, more accidents, more death by dumb and stupidity. More karma, more fucking you stupid fucking assholes. Like, get out of here. God, I can't stand politics at all. Pal Group, what do you think about Martin Lucas Investor? Be honest, laughing out loud. I think he's a great buy, but has grown arrogant over the time with all the subscribers. Yeah, I can't comment on that. Like you said, maybe we'll have a conversation one-on-one, but can't comment on that. Sorry. Where does the money go now? It ebbs and flows, my friend. It's always like water, right? It goes to the path of least resistance. So, it goes where there's opportunity. It goes where there's less friction, and yeah, just follow the money. Martin is an entertainer, nothing more than anything else. Agreed. No clue in value. Jeremy, yes, exactly. Posing as a serious investor as an entertainer is risky. What a disaster canopy growth is the worst management decision I've ever seen. Yeah, well, all I can say is be wary of the companies that promote them, right? It's especially like always in a positive light. I heard an advertisement for a product selling high protein weed bars. Was that Tilray? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the whole food products. That sounds like alcohol, more accidents, more drama, more everything bad. Yeah, exactly. Like they don't have a fucking clue, right? Ebbs and flows like water. Exactly. Oh, you just read my mind. Did you say that as I said it, or learning Latin? If not, we're like bros, yo. Nah, I'd get into like some other stuff. Like I just, people ask me all the time what I think of these other YouTube channels and these other people. Does it really matter what I think, right? Like I think y'all kind of hit the nail on the head, right? Like you're asking that for a reason. You've got some sort of uncertainty, some sort of doubt. One thing I will say though is nobody ever asked that about me. Like in my comments and stuff like that. Like no one ever makes those comments about me. And I'm not necessarily an entertainer or like a media guy, you know. But I try to be well-rounded. I try to give everybody, like, you know, I don't like doing interviews. People say all the time, like, oh, you should do more interviews and stuff like that. Like, you're really good at them. But I fucking hate doing it. It's not fun. Like, I don't like it. Right? Like, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a chartist. I like looking at the technicals. I like, you know, smoking weed. I like trying the products and product reviews. And I'm good at scouting out like bad products and good operators. And, you know, all these other people, they're just like, oh, you know, I'm going to go on here and I'm going to, you know, promote this company. I'm going to make a YouTube channel, but none of them have a fucking clue what any of it is. Like they don't know any of their products, right? Like I was in the store the other day and I saw Pink Kush from Village Farms. So I was like, that looks like absolute dog shit. Like they have a little window now on the Canadian bags. Like you can see inside the bag now because they like have like a translucent window. I was like, that Pink Kush, I grew better weed than that 10 years ago. Like that looks absolute dog shit. Like, and I refuse to buy it. And like I bought these Super Toast ones, these tube style ones. They look just like the Tilray Redican ones. Like they're completely stealing it from them, right? Imitation is the best flattery. But like their weed fucking sucks. That was like 26%. I'm like, you've been selling this Pink Kush for how long? Like it's absolute dog shit. And yeah, like Redican's coming out with all these like Space Age Cake. Try that, you'll be blown away. Animal Runs, Purple Churro, all amazing. They're coming out with more and more strains all the time. And you compare the look of this and the price. The price isn't even remotely close. Wait till you try the Blunties. They even have these like blunt wraps that aren't made with tobacco. They're made with like hemp and different terpenes to mimic the taste of tobacco without having any kind of like bad ingredients. It's just, Tilray's the best. It is. It literally is the best. Everybody wants to be like Tilray. Tilray got into tube style pre-rolls. Tilray got into craft. Everybody's getting into craft. Tilray got into beverages. Everybody's getting into beverages. It's like, yeah. Tilray got into international, into Germany and the international. Everybody wants to get into Germany and international now, right? Tilray is the de facto leader. It is the number one. Pure Leaf maybe could give it a run for its money, but doubt it. Be water, my friend, Bruce Lee. Water can flow or it can crash. Absolutely. You put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. Flexible and adaptable in both body and mind. Absolutely. Damn straight, brother. Yes, sir. I really like the Christmas music that Martin makes. I like Christmas entertainment. Yeah, like, yeah, fuck, yeah. Like, he's a great entertainer. He's a great musician. But, mark my words, he'll be wrong about, definitely be wrong about Tilray. I can't remember his exact words, but I'm pretty sure he said, like, Tilray's not, like, there's better brewers out there, but, like, whiskey companies are going bankrupt because of tariffs. Tilray has no tariffs. Tilray's an MJ company. They're a wellness company. They're a distribution business. They're an MJ business. They're a beverage business. They're an alcohol business. They're a non-alc business. They're a lifestyle brand. Yeah, they have 16 brew pubs, right? There's so much under the hood that people don't understand. They're a medical cannabis company. They operate in 22 different countries. They sell over $100 million worth of cannabis per year as medicine. $10. Yo, this community is awesome. Where have you been all my life? Thank you, MSK. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the contribution. I'll never ask for money. And do not even promote that you send me money. I honestly would rather you not. But if you feel like that's in your best interest and something you need to do, then by all means, I'm not going to tell you not to. But I've always said to people on this channel, I don't need any more money than I have now. So out of the kindness of your heart, I appreciate it, but it's certainly not needed or expected. So thank you. I got 96 XRP coins for $100. I don't know what happened, but I'm happy. I like that. That's a good comment. You just found Jesus. Actually, my brother looks like Jesus. You should see him now. He his nickname was Pincushion, and I just went home to visit him in PEI, and you can understand, right? Like Pincushion, he had like a million piercings and tattoos, and I went home and he recently found Jesus, right? And he literally looks like Jesus H. Christ. Like I was like, oh my God, like no more. I was like, when are your tattoos getting removed? But maybe that's like a 2026 thing. But I don't know. But all his piercings are gone. All like he literally has like the facial hair and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Manitoba Harvest, yeah, absolutely. Jam, no, don't say shiz like that. I found JC way long ago. Well, that's good. Man's on Prodigy. The Jesus of the financial market. I like that. All right, we'll take it. Born it. Now, I really do appreciate all the support. And one thing you'll notice on this channel, too, is there's like no bots, right? Like nobody, no bots come on the live streams. I approve every single comment as well, so that we, I don't want all these bots coming on here and spamming all my videos, right? Because then there's no value, right? Like, what's the point of you going into comments if it's all going to be bots and you have to circle through bots? So I spend, quite a few hours a day just eliminating all these bots so that you don't have to see all that shit and that you don't have to get scammed and all that other stuff, right? Do I wish I didn't have to deal with that? Absolutely. But, again, I never take the easy way out. I don't take the lazy way. I take the value creation way, and I care about my people, my audience, and the people that I interact with, the people that I do business with, the people that I associate with, the people that I hang out with, the people I'm friends with, right? Like, why isn't there more of that, right? How many YouTube channels do you hear, oh, I don't cover MJ because it's not popular, I'm not getting enough views, it's going to hurt my YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. It's like, have you ever considered being a fucking good human? Because people want to hear about it, right? It doesn't fit your own agenda, right? It's literally like the U.S. government. Oh, so 80 to 90% of your citizens want it legalized, but you don't give a shit. So therefore you hate the American people, basically, right? But the second they're ready to jump on it, oh man, they'll shove it down your throat whether you like it or not, right? Because they don't represent you, they represent themselves. They're greedy SOBs. That's why I hate politics. Stormtrooper for real. Me looking like Lord Shiva giving salutations and respect to JC must be confusing as I couldn't even read that. That was too funny. Cut through it though. Learning Latin. See, you found the emojis, my friend. How did that interview go on TD? I don't say that on this channel. Y'all making you pay for it. Hype people up for nothing. Just a thought. No need to comment, Rob. Yeah. Again, a moment of silence for those on the struggle bus. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's so funny. Oh, jeez. Oh, you can't make it up. You literally can't make this stupid shit up. Hey, everybody, guess what? We have the biggest CEO in the MJ space coming on. Guess what? We're gonna hype this for 3 days. We're gonna put it behind a paywall. Let us know when you get off the struggle bus, and yeah. Good Lord. You know what? If nothing absolutely else, it's fucking hilarious. Oh God. Anyways, that's enough fun for one day. We need to make money off Tilray somehow. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Dear. All right, it's Friday night. Let's take a look at the big ass crash again and get revved off the rails. I don't know what kind of schedule one you're talking about, Mankey, but it's not cannabis. Ah, Jesus. Yeah. What do y'all think? Should I like do some interviews and make people pay for them, or? Oh shit. So funny. All right. Now everyone's cheered up. Yeah, you bet. All right, thanks everybody. There's still 35 people here after almost 2 hours, so always fun coming on. And excuse my French, excuse all my language. I really have no words. Like, you should hear me in my own head. It's like, oh, this was PG-13 as far as I'm concerned. So, Rod, we all expect that you have the affinity for the same thing, but politics created by the minority divides us for the gain of the minority. And then, hell no, I'll unsubscribe quickly. Yeah, no, and yeah, like, I understand politics are very much, like, if you're investing, okay, so for example, if you're a crypto enthusiast, right, how many people said I'm a one-issue voter? So one side of the aisle didn't like crypto, one did. And then the one that liked crypto got voted in, okay? So, yes, politics matter. But I was born at night, but not last night, okay? You think that this just all happened by coincidence. You think that the previous government hated crypto and was attacking crypto and choke point 2.0 and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, an election rolled around, and then all of a sudden, as a new administration comes in, you think that was just because of a new administration? No. Even that administration, the last time they were in control, said that we don't need crypto. We have the US dollar, right? They're all in the same sphere. They're all in the same corrupt little bubble, right? It's just different puppets, different faces at different times. It's all been planned for many, many years, folks. And same thing with cannabis. It'll be done when they're damn well ready. Not because of the science, not because of the common sense, not because of their citizens. 99.99% of their citizens in the U.S. could want it legalized, and the U.S. government would be like, nope, fuck you. We don't give a shit about you. We're here to enrich ourselves. We're here to be a career politician. We're here to make ourselves powerful and hungry and our families, right? We'll do it when we're goddamn ready, when our constituents, when our funders, right? When the big pharmas and the alcohols and the tobaccos of the world are ready to fund us for it, then we'll do it, right? And it's the same with any industry. It's not crypto, it's not MJ. Same thing happened with the horse and buggy, right? The candle makers. They didn't like when the light bulb came out. The horse and buggy didn't like when the car came out, right? It's all the same, folks. It's happened time and time again, and the sooner you realize that, better off we'll all be. Thank you, you rock, you as well. I appreciate it, everybody. Crime and other things matter too. Absolutely. I was born at night, but not last night. Donate what you get paid for to support charity. Absolutely. Yes, Trump hated crypto. He loves it. Exactly. It's just all political theater, right? It's just whatever the narrative is, whatever they set the narrative. Oh, shit. All right, I better be careful with what I say. All right. One more moment of silence for the struggle busters. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be silent. All right, good night, struggle busters. We love y'all. We'll see you back here, same place, different time. And, yeah, we'll see what next week brings. But, yeah, I'll be getting out some videos over the weekend, the crypto news, the MJ news, maybe even a few extracurriculars. We'll see. All right, have a great night, everybody. Love each and every one of you. Thanks again. Hit the like. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, there you go, Jam. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. All right, have a good one.